If you want to check the contrast of text or an object on its background, you can use the WebAIM Contrast Checker. Once you pull up the tool, you have this color picker option for both foreground and background. When you select color picker, you have a new menu with this color gradient and this little dropper icon that allows you to pull color from the page. So let's test the light blue triangle in the slides we're creating. We've selected the foreground. We also need to select the background color. We're going to use that same color picker menu, the little eyedropper icon, and pull the dark blue background. Now it calculates the contrast ratio for you. It lets you know that it's 7.15 to 1. And if you scroll down, you can see that this passes Web Content Accessibility Guides AA and AAA for normal text, large text, and graphical objects. This is great. We don't need to change anything. We do now need to test all of the text and any objects that contain content on our page. If you have the same background color, all you need to do is use the foreground color picker to select each of your next colors. So we can test the yellow circle and see that it passes for graphical objects. We can select the text on the page and see that that passes for normal text and for large text. And then we can also select the link on the page to ensure that that link is proper contrast. And it turns out that it is. Now that we've tested the colors for all text and content-laden objects on our page, we're good to go. And anytime we need, we can pull up this contrast checker tool again, and we don't need to do any calculations. It'll just calculate for us and let us know if we have sufficient contrast or not. Now, let's say we hadn't had sufficient contrast. This tool also allows you to adjust the lightness of the color you're working with. This can help you if you want a slightly darker color that still passes your contrast ratio, or maybe you need to make it brighter to pass your contrast ratio. And you can then take the hex value of that color and put it back into the platform you're using and take that color and now use it for your accessible contrast color.